I have a public service announcement. As you guys will be watching this video, you guys will notice a blue dot in the middle of my two front teeth. That blue dot is from the lipstick. And I tried to remove it and it didn't want to be removed. It wanted to hang out with me through the whole video. And I know you guys will be staring at it. But I know it's there too, but I wanted to hang out, so there's nothing I can do. Hi! Now we're going to talk about our experience dealing with the whole thing going on. Okay? I don't like saying the name. Okay. There's food in my mouth. Okay. I feel like it's gone now. You cannot be having food all up in my mouth while I am doing my thing. Or you can, whatever, it's a vlog. This is a vlog about the thing. Okay, I'm rambling. So, yeah, my twin and I are going to talk to you about our experience dealing with the thing here in Toronto, the GTA, because we don't live downtown Toronto, we live in the GTA. Another situation that we have is, what's that? What's this thing right here? Because that thing ain't here in real life. The camera behind me is, because that's the camera one of us is going to use. So I shouldn't say we are going to talk about this whole situation, this experience, how we coping with it, and all that jazz. It's just going to be one of us. But I just want to share with you my long lost twin. It's been so long. But why are you always talking the same time as me? One at a time. I said one. Can you just... Someone doesn't want to listen. Stop it. Stop. You know what? Yeah, it really is just going to be one of us telling about the experience. Okay? Because this one doesn't want to... Why are you pointing at me? I'm pointing at... You know what? It's just one of us, because you're not stopping. You're not listening. One. Not two. You know what? One at a time. Okay. This is not going to end. Forget it. You're just going to see me, the original of this channel, talk about the experience, and that's that. See you soon. Ciao a tutti. Now it's just me, the original. Okay, enough of my shenanigans, but this is Chenu Couture, the original. Okay, the twin was misbehaving. I got an alert on my phone at 4:07 p.m. Okay, yeah, every now and then I get like, do I look crooked? I look like I'm sliding. Okay. How about now? How about how about now? Maybe if I just go like this. Is this a good angle? I need to make myself comfortable, okay? I need you guys to see me properly. How about like this? I still feel like I'm in the perfect position right now. So let's stay in this position, okay? I say okay a lot, okay? I guess that's just my thing, okay? I just say okay, I don't know. Anyways, on a serious note, let's not be too serious, but it's serious at the same time. I'm going to tell you my experience on what it's like to live in Canada, specifically Toronto, Ontario. Okay, I'll stop. I'm going to tell you my experience. I have a shirt on, okay? Don't get it twisted. I say that a lot too. Don't get it twisted. But I'm serious. Don't get it twisted, okay? I'm going to tell you my experience, what it's like living in Toronto with this whole thing going on. I don't even like saying the name. It's just like, no, it's not coming out of my mouth, okay? And it's not coming out in the title of this video. But you know what? It might come out in the hashtags because people need to see my videos, and I'm doing this again. That's not the point. The point is, let's talk about my experience. Simple as that. In Toronto, not downtown Toronto, because I don't live downtown Toronto, in the GTA, the Greater Toronto area, okay? So, today I got an alert about the whole thing on my phone. Not just me, everyone that lives in Ontario gets an emergency alert. That's what it's called, an emergency alert. And it's saying, because I guess, okay, I'm gonna read to you exactly what it's saying, okay? Travelers returning to Ontario, you are at high risk of spreading the thing. You are required by law to self-isolate for 14 days. Do not, and it's written in capital letters, do not visit stores, family, or friends. Everyone should stay home to stop the spread. And then they gave the website to learn more about the whole process, the whole thing. Okay? It's by law now, because there are times when the government announced that people coming back from overseas, the airport, wherever they're coming to Ontario, that they must self-isolate themselves for 14 days. And people were not listening, and then they're out about wandering, doing their thing, and infecting people that didn't even travel. So cross-infection, you know, that's not good, right? And it affects more of the elderly and people with very weak immune systems, okay? It can affect anyone, but it targets those people more because it just does, okay? So my experience, I'm not nervous, I'm not scared, because I know myself, and I'm not gonna let other people put fear into me about this whole thing. If they're scared, that's their problem, but I'm not scared. I'm one of those people that's into natural things. Like, I always been like that. It's just the older I got, or should I say the younger I got, the more into it I am, okay? And it's a lifestyle. I love taking care of myself. I love taking care of my temple. If you subscribe to me a long time, you know I always say, like, the body is the temple. You have to take care of it. And you guys know that I'm a vegetarian. Now I consider myself a vegetarian slash plant-based, because I eat my quinoa, my vegetables, my fruits, my healthy stuff as much as I can, right? Because I know myself, when I eat something that's not healthy, I like freak out in my head. So I always make sure I eat my healthy stuff. Healthy body, healthy mind, happy Shanu Couture, happy healthy Shanu Couture, right? So yeah, so I'm into like the natural thing, and because I've been doing that for so long, I still eat fish. That's why I say slash plant-based, because eventually, like I mentioned in my previous videos, I am going to cut out the fish, but for now it's still in my eating habits. It's just so delicious, but eventually I am going to cut it out for sure, and that's alright. You gotta do what's right. You gotta do what you feel is right for you, right? Anyways, what am I trying to say now? Yeah, I'm into like natural things and like earthly things as much as I can to help with my body, my immune system, everything. And at the same time, of course, I take the proper precautions like the government suggests, like wear your gloves. Gloves I have on deck all the time, okay? Wear your gloves. Sanitize your hands. I know it's really hard to get hand sanitizer, but if you can get your hand on hand sanitizer, do that, okay? And wash your hands for 20 seconds. I've been doing that before this whole thing, and I've been eating properly before this whole thing. You have to eat foods that don't create mucus in your body, and you won't get sick. You won't get this thing that's floating around, okay? Just take care of yourself and don't eat stuff that creates mucus in your body. Example, meat, okay? What else do I have to say? Vitamin C. I eat tons of kiwis, okay? I've been eating that religiously before this whole thing, like for years, okay? And avocados, I love avocados. I've been eating that religiously before this whole thing broke out as well, okay? And I also take my organic oil of oregano, which is an antioxidant, and I put 5 drops under my tongue. And I've been taking this not religiously, just on and off. Now I have to take it religiously because of what's going on, of course. How many times I say because of what's going on? Okay, you guys get my point. Because of what's going on. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so I take this and I do all of that, and of course I take my vitamins. That's what I do. So your girl is good. Your girl is more than great, okay? Anyone out there is concerned about me, I'm fine. I'm doing more than okay. We're all in this together. We're all in this together because there's nowhere to run, right? There's nowhere to run and hide. Oh my gosh, get away from me. There's nowhere because we're all locked down. even Canada, Toronto, Ontario, all of Canada is all locked down, okay? And of course it feels like a prison, especially for those that are into like traveling, or they do traveling for a living, like a traveler with their YouTube channel, or if they have a career that they do and they have to like travel a lot for their business, or if they work for themselves and it requires a lot of traveling, then yeah, it feels like a prison, I guess. But you guys know what you're doing, and you guys will still make money however you need to make your money, right? So that's good. If you use your mind right, you'll still be making your money through this whole situation. And I believe this lockdown thing is gonna happen for 2 months. I know it sounds really long. 2 whole months sounds really long. But before you know it, time will fly and the lockdown will be done. There's one clip that just vanished, which is about this onion that you see right here. So I know it's a different day, a different moment, a different week. This onion trick I'm going to tell you about. Basically what it does, it sucks up all the germs in your home, like all the germs, all the bacteria. If you feel like you brought the thing in your place, it will suck that up too. And I leave this out on my kitchen countertop for like roughly a month, and this is what happened. Isn't that crazy? It's like a science experiment. So this is what I do. I know your place will not smell like onion, okay? When you leave your place and you come back, there will be no smell at all, because it's sucking up all those germs, bacteria. Like I said, if you fear you brought the thing in, that would be sucked up in here as well. So you'll be fine, and your place will feel a lot lighter and cleaner and all that amazing stuff. So that is what you do naturally. If you're into like the natural lifestyle like yours truly, then this works. Trust me. Try it out. Let me know in the comments below what the results were for you. I just put one in the kitchen, and today I have to put a new one in because this is no good now. So I'm gonna put two. I'm gonna put two in the kitchen. You can put one in the kitchen, you can put one in the living room, you can put one in the washroom. You can do whatever you want, but I think two is enough in the kitchen for my place, and it's good enough for me. But maybe if your place is bigger, you can put a little bit more around your spot if you want, because at the same time it's onion, you don't want it to make your place look messy, right? So I just put two in the kitchen, and that's good enough. The first time I did this, which is what you see now, I did one, but I'm going to do two. And on top of that, this onion was the same size of this onion skin. Now look at that, it like shrunken and got all shriveled up and crusty and brown and disgusting. Like, isn't that gross? That's so gross, but so cool to see at the same time. So that's my trick. Try it out. I wouldn't mention something if it doesn't work, okay? Clearly it works. Here's the receipt right here. And another thing, this whole thing going on, I know in the video I mentioned the thing starts from meat, which is true, it does. But if you think about it, the thing normally just stays in one country, and then that country figures out what they have to figure out, and then they're good again, right? But this major thing that's going on, it's a global thing and it's affecting the world, majority of the countries, okay? It's a global thing. So this is not a thing. This is some next level thing. And I pretty much know what it is, but I don't want to mention it. I don't want to discuss it. That's a whole different thing, okay? But still take your precautions and all that like usual. And we will be fine. And life shall go on. And that's that. So that's what I do. That's my, I guess you could say, remedies, my natural self-care for the body and in the atmosphere, my surrounding areas. That's what I do. That's my thing. You can try it out. Sharing is caring. I'm not being greedy. I'm not keeping it to myself, clearly. So you do all of that. Follow the precautions. Don't touch your face and your eyeballs and all that stuff. And hand sanitize, and you will be great, and you will get through this challenge successfully, healthy, and alive. Most importantly, because life is beautiful. Stay positive. You can't let this situation bring you down and be all mopey and like life is over kind of thing. No. Be positive. Continue to take care of yourself. Buy whatever you need to buy online. When you receive it, wash it or disinfect it or something, and then use it. And then, continue, keep up yourself. So when you go back out there, it's like, hello world. It's a brand new me, Anyways, so that's what I do naturally to cope with all of this. And what else? Stay dreamy, stay beautiful, stay healthy, stay strong, stay ambitious. We're all in this together. I live in a building, you guys. I live in a building. And the building I live in, I am so thankful. They take this very seriously. They put notes around the building and about the stuff, what to do, precautions, all that stuff. And they also put a note in the building if you want to speak to the people that work for the building. If you have any questions, you can't physically go to them for now. You have to email them or call a certain number to get your questions answered. So social distancing is very serious in this building. I'm so happy. For the most part, what I do is I go and take the stairway, and then I mentioned this in the other video. By the way, all the elevators work now, but I still do that trick because the elevators move really slow, okay? So anyways, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my previous video before this video, and then it will all make sense, okay? So I walk down the stairs now, and I still take the elevator, but I walk down the stairs to ground floor, I push the elevator button, and then from there it takes me straight to B2, which is the underground, okay? So I'm not in the elevator very long. Also, for the most part, whenever I had to use the elevator, there was nobody in there, it's just me. There was 2 occasions there was people in there, but it was only me and another lady and her little puppy. And then the second time I was in the elevator, it was me and then 2 other people, and I was like freaking out, like, oh my gosh, there's 2 other people in here, what the heck? I was in the elevator first. And I was freaking out in my head. I'm like, ugh. But there's a note that there should be a max of only 3 people in the elevator, and like, thank God at that time there's only 1 person with the lady, was me and that lady, and the other time there was me and then 2 other people, so 3. I'm like, thank God, you know, because you know how sometimes everyone just wants to be on the elevator like, oh, like that, squished and, excuse me, pardon me, I have to get off now, this is my floor, and then you get all hot in there because everyone's body heat in that little elevator. Anyways, they put a note with pictures, okay, on the precautions you should take when you're in the elevator. 3 people and 2 meters away, so it's not all 3 of you and you're like really close. It has to be like 1 at the front, 2 at the back. I don't want to give you guys the finger, but 1 at the front and 2 at the back, okay? And then keep your distance as much as you can. It says to at least keep 2 meters, but in my case, I would say as much as you can in the elevator. And yeah, I'll make sure to post the note up. I'll post a note right after this spiel right here. Sharing is caring. And another thing, whenever I walk out my unit, I always make sure I hand sanitize and I put on my gloves, and then I put on my shoes and open the door and all that. Make my merry way down to the underground parking, and then when I reach there, I take off my gloves and then I go into the car and drive off. So I use these gloves whenever I'm like out there. So I'm very serious about this thing. So what else can I tell you guys about my experience? Or what I noticed, observed around me. I noticed some people just wear gloves, which is fine because it comes through touching. Some people just wear the mask and no gloves. Some people wear the mask and the gloves. And some people don't wear nothing. Some people don't wear anything. Like, this is very serious. And they don't have hand sanitizer. I know hand sanitizer is so hard to get a hold of, and masks are so hard to get a hold of. It's like non-existent. Once everyone heard about this thing, everyone just went savage for the masks, man. Just like how everyone went savage for the toilet paper and savage for the flour. And anyways, So that's what I observed, my experience. What else I need to say? Some people still carry on like nothing is happening. Like this thing floating around, you can't feel it, you can't see it. But if the government locked down Toronto, Ontario, locked down the whole of Canada, and all the other governments around the world did the exact same thing with their countries, then you know it's very serious. When you hear about the government's wife who unfortunately got it, you know it's very serious. It's a good thing she's well now, because recently through the CP24 app, because I don't watch TV, I don't have TV. I don't need a TV. Okay? My life is a TV. My life is a story on its own. Okay? I'm not time to waste. Time is precious. But yeah, thank goodness she's alright. She's healthy. She did the 14-day self-quarantine. No symptoms. So she's okay. And she's back with her husband and her family, which is really good, and they're fine as well. So when you know about those two major things, then you know this thing is very real. Just listen, cooperate, so this situation can get fixed ASAP and we can move on with our merry lives, okay? Hopefully all of this teaches us to be more kinder and respectful with one another and don't be short-tempered. So I know there's a lot of short-tempered people out there, and there's people out there that can't even deal with this challenge. It's like their life is over or something. I see it, you know, when you go out there. Like, I have to do my shopping, I can't stay in here. Like, the government said at least if you have to go out and get your essentials, at least go like once a week, or the less you go out the better, but he said if you must, once a week, and that's good enough, right, to get your essentials. So over here all the non-essential places are closed and only essential places are open, like the grocery stores, the pharmacies, healthcare essentials, you know, the important things are open. So that's that. And social distancing is very important. If you don't do your social distancing, you get in trouble. So you have to social distance, and just listen to the rules, okay? That's all I gotta say. Social distance, protect yourself, and just listen, okay? And what else about my experience down here? Yeah, I'm not afraid. What is there to be afraid of? Just keep doing what I feel is right. God is with me. He's protecting me. He knows what he's doing. I only can do so much, and then he does the rest, you know, teamwork. So I have God with me. He gave me a mind to do things naturally. At the same time, abide by the rules, and everything will be all right. And this too shall pass, you know. And I just want to say all of this situation started because someone or people decided to eat wildlife. In Wuhan, China, there was a market that sold wildlife creatures. So what's wildlife? It's animals. And what's animals? They are meat. and humans are not supposed to be eating meat, especially wildlife. Like, if that specific seafood market did not sell wildlife and then people were eating the wildlife animals, all of this wouldn't be happening and we can continue with our thing. But at the same time, everything happens for a reason, so you can't get mad. Just be calm and this too shall pass. And what else do I want to share with you guys? So another thing I have to mention about social distancing, it's not just outside, but it's also in your home. I know that's so hard because if you live with your mom or your dad, or your mom and dad and your grandma, your brother and sister, if you have any siblings, I know it's hard because you guys are all like so close, but it's also in the home. You guys have to like be as far apart as you possibly can. That is rough. I can't wait till this whole thing is over, but I don't have that problem. It's just me and I love it. But it's still, you know, it's hard. I know, I get it. I know, I understand. So, yeah, because I watch YouTube videos and the whole social distancing thing is happening abroad as well. But when you watch YouTube videos and you see people still like doing videos together close, that's not social distancing. Like, understand you're under the same roof, but you have to try and like film with one person here and one person like far off into the distance. I don't know. I'm not perfect, but that's what they say to do, you know. Let's just get this whole thing over with. Let's get this thing better and over with. And now and then, like, I see alerts on my app because I have a CP24 app. It's like a news app in Canada for those that don't live in Canada, okay? I have that app, and now and then I get alerts about the whole situation. In my head, I'm like, I don't want to know about this anymore. It's so like exhausting and draining. You're trying to be positive and elevate yourself and all this, and you're hearing all of this 24/7, 7 days a week, non-stop, virtually, in real life. Oh, tiring. But I do my best not to like think about it and just, like I said, take my precautions, do what I need to do, and the best that I can, and everything will be a-okay. And yeah, I remember like last week I watched a video in South Korea, and this whole situation is slowing down, thank God. Like, it's starting to get so much better over there. But it got really bad. It got really bad over there, like intense. To the point where there's hand sanitizers everywhere, like in elevators, in the gym. The gyms are open now, I guess. So in the elevators, in the gym, like wherever you go, there's hand sanitizers. There's a drive-through if you feel like you have the thing, and they'll test you right there for free. So that's how intense it was in South Korea. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. So we have to cooperate so it doesn't get intense. Like, we have to cooperate, okay? Okay, Ontario people, we have to. And what else do I have to say? There's so much information, so much things that I observe and everything. There's just so much. Rough times, I'm not gonna lie, it's rough times, but don't let it be rough on you. That's all I gotta say. And oh yeah, and then the situation in Italy, that's rough too. I saw like a video about the whole thing briefly, and they were like debating between a younger person in their 20s and an elderly person who deserves to live life, kind of thing. And they're like, okay, basically the younger person deserves to live more life, the elderly person lived enough life, and then basically they just pull the plug on the elderly. Everyone deserves to live life. You can't do things the easy way. Life is something you don't get back, you know? It's rough, like. But what I saw in that video and what I heard in the video, because obviously I'm watching and listening, that's like so sad that they have to do that. But I think now it's getting better, because now the people in Italy are listening. Because before they weren't listening, like even though they said, okay, you have to self-quarantine yourself, you have to isolate yourself, you have to stay in, they were still out like carrying on day-to-day life, like nothing's happening, and until like the popo had to be strict and be like, you have to stay in, so this whole situation can get better and we can like move on, kind of thing. I know with the Italians, are very like family orientated, they care about each other, they want to make sure everyone's okay, they love to eat together, they love to like be together, like that's just how they are, that's just their culture, that's just, you know, that's just how it is. They love to go out and live their best lives and chit chat and all that stuff. That's just how they are, right? And it's all good. Like, it's boring staying home like 24/7. It's so lame. I totally get it. It's like you're in a smaller jail. It's like you're in a jail, you know, because the country's locked down, that's like a jail, and then you're like in a jail in your own home. Ugh. Crazy. It's so crazy to think about. But it's good that now they're listening, and I think it's slowing down now as well. So, but like, but if you don't listen, I was told if you don't listen down there, then you would get a ticket. The popo will come after you and give you a ticket. So listen, because if they're ticketing you and they're making this a law to like stay in your home, stay in your home. You don't want to get a ticket for not staying in your home. You don't have money to throw away like that. Your hard earned, worked for honest money. You can use that for other things in your life. But I'm just glad you guys are getting better and cooperating, and you guys are figuring out a solution on what to do and what not. So that's really good. But I know it's rough. I know it's rough. We all know it's rough. The whole world knows it's rough. But some have it more rough than others, you know, because it hit those countries first. And then we try our best to learn from those countries and to prevent such serious situations happening. So we're all doing our best. and we all have to work as a team. And that's the only way we can get through this, right? And I think down here, like, if you don't social distance, then you get in trouble as well, because this thing needs to go away. Anyways, I think that's all I have to say about everything. Italy, heal up. South Korea, heal up. Canada, Toronto, Ontario, the GTA, the country I live in, heal up. The rest of the world, heal up. We're all in this together. And then we can travel and do all those great things all over again. And hopefully all of this will all make us better people. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Share my content. Let's keep this channel growing. Let's keep this channel growing. I have, let's see here. I have 23,000 views on my channel in general. No, let's get to 23,000 loyal subscribers. That'll be great. I'll be like, oh my gosh, 23,000 is watching me, subscribing me. But of course, I'm happy with the amount of subscribers I have right now, because at least they see my journey from day one up to this point, and then as I continue to build, etc. You know how it goes if you're into YouTube and stuff like that. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and share my content, and we're gonna get through this together. We're gonna get through this serious thing together. And life is beautiful. Don't forget that. Life is beautiful. Take care of yourself. Don't let yourself go in the midst of all this that we're in. Okay? Keep your head up. Stay strong. And keep chugging along. Don't fret. Don't fear. Don't fret. Don't fear. Keep chugging along. And like I said, if there's anyone out there concerned about me, I'm fine. I'm more than fine. No need to concern. Well, concern, yeah. But I'm fine. More than fine. And like, comment, and subscribe. I said it already, didn't I? Well, I'm going to say it again. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share my content. And tell me how you guys are coping with this whole situation. And stay strong, please. Stay strong. You're not alone. And like I said, this too shall pass. Okay, this too shall pass. Follow me on Instagram at ShanuCouture. I'm in the Insta stories. I'll post, but I notice everyone hangs out more in the Insta stories and the lives. Like, they're all up there, you know. So I'm trying to stay afloat up there and be present all the time up there when I can. Try not to disappear. There's moments when I disappear, but then I come back and I try to like stay on it. So that's all I gotta say about that. And ciao tutti. There's one more thing I forgot to tell you guys about the onion trick for your home. Make sure you leave all your doors open. Your storage door, your closet door, your bedroom door, your washroom. Keep everything open. That way it will suck up all those germs and bacteria and all those unwanted things. Ciao tutti!